Yes, yes, yes. It's the best. It's the guy, it's the Mark, the dude who will be leading you through the realm of ice. Today we got some cold topics, some cold bars to spit. Indeed. Hope you're all having a good day. Welcome back to the solo playthrough of Dragon Quest where I pull my hair out playing this game 3 times. Ice Realm is fun. Gameplay wise, it is not fun, I will say. Cutscene wise, very fun. And it's also have wow, it also has some nice music as well. You'll see. Well, you probably already heard the overworld theme is changed. I believe this is from Dragon Quest 4, 3, 4, 3, 5, something. We have different overworld music in even from 3.1 to 3.2, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, this episode we're just I believe we're talking to Dustin, and then we're going to one of the mini dungeons, like I talked about in the last episode. We're gonna fight a boss, and then I need to record more footage. The reason why I say the gameplay in this section is gonna suck is because there's a lot of obtuse moments in the story where I have to do weird things. So this is sort of introducing the well, not really introducing, because we had to do it before in the story a little bit, but this is sort of introducing, main story wise, the nearby chat function where you have to type into the chat in Japanese random things to progress in the story. And then on top of that, there's just some obtuse town quests that I always have trouble with. I'm saying, man, I played this game 3 times, and every time I always get stuck here in the Ice Realm. Which is why we're going to talk about getting stuck in our relationships. I know a lot of people are constantly stuck at the talking stage, constantly stuck at the friend stage. Some people are constantly bang zoning people. Some people are just fucking and then not getting anywhere. So we're going to go ahead and talk about unrequited love. That cold shit. And basically, I don't want to have an unproductive chat on this, so we'll give some ways to detect whether it's real or not. I don't want to go the opposite way and be like, this is fake, this is fake, this is fake. We're just gonna talk about the real shit. We're gonna talk about that real love, and then you can reverse engineer, work your way backwards to see if you're not getting what I'm the characteristics that I'm explaining here. If you're not getting that from the person that you are into, crushing on, whether it's talking stage, relationship phase, whatever it is. If you're not getting these things, it may not be real love. And like I said, I'm no love doctor. I like to have opinions. I like to talk. I like to think a lot, and this is a strong way to start a conversation with anyone, I'd say. This is a very nuanced topic. A lot of people have opinions on it. So definitely let me know if you agree, disagree, have any thoughts on this as well. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear it. So let's go ahead and get into the topics today as we travel towards our doom and demise. This boss isn't going to be easy because I have a terrible team, but we'll get into that later. Essentially, the first sign of real love is consistent showing up. And of course, this sounds so easy, but like when times get really, really hard, I know how easy it is to just kind of disconnect and not even show up for yourself. So when you notice someone is going through a really bad time and they still like make an effort to like reach out or be considerate of your feelings, or just do something small like just text you even though they are not in the right mental state, respond back to you cordially, whatever they're doing, when you see those steps being taken and you also see them hurting or not in the best state mentally, that's a good sign. That's a very, very good sign. And I would say conversely, when someone is constantly apologizing to you and being like, sorry, I'm not showing up, and apologizing and being like, no, I can't do that, or I'm sorry, I'm not as available or whatever, you got to take that as a sign as well that maybe they want to be, maybe they wish they could be, but they're not for you at that time, so you got to disconnect. You have to leave them where they are, and allow them to have that space. Have that area to truly find the love for themselves. Because, like I said before, a little bit, you can be in these horrible mental states sometimes where you don't even show up for yourself, and a lot of people, myself included, have this general issue of showing up authentically for others, and when in general, they're not even there for themselves. So it feels weird. It feels weird. It's like I'm trying to show up for you really, really good when I'm a ghost. And detecting that is a little scary because you think it's real love, but it's like self-abandonment disguised as like attachment. Like, and you only notice it when a couple years deep, or something happens to alter that illusion of perfect romance, perfect friendship. Because once again, I feel like romance and friendship, true friendship, are quite similar, maybe even the same. But yeah, consistent showing up, and this is over a long period, guys. You have to realize, like, a lot of times, and I don't want to like, get all this toxic red pill shit, but it's very easy for girls to fake the good stuff at first. It's very easy. First couple weeks, first couple months, they can put on the show. I'm not even gonna say like, oh, it's just girls that do that. I do that too. I do that too. Of course. I feel like we all kind of do it to a certain extent. Girls are just very good. I mean, I've never met a girl who's just like, I'm gonna be an asshole 100% the first time automatically, because girls are automatically programmed to be the kind, sweet individuals already. So as guys, I've met some guys that are automatically like 7 seconds in, I'm like, I fucking hate you. Um, I've met some girls who are bad at coming in with kindness at first, and just they say something kind, but they give you the most stank expression afterwards. They kind of always look at me like I'm, I don't know, something other than human, and that throws me off. But in general, you have to watch yourself for true long-term commitment. What are people doing weeks and months from that initial, oh my gosh, you're so amazing, all the compliments and stuff. So yeah, true consistency. Um, and it's the whole till death do us part bullshit. You have to remember that a lot of people, you know, girlfriends or whatever included, aren't going to be there at the finish line. So do what you can to have fun with whoever you want to at the time. Don't stress too much in the details, man. Yeah. It's a cruel world. We got to realize it's all going away. Probably I don't mean to scare anybody, but probably quicker than we think. But anyways, second one here I have is showing support willingly. Willingly. You don't have to like outwardly ask like, please help me, please support me. Please give me support for my project. So this is something that you can often misconstrue. Because I've noticed sometimes when people willingly give support, it can be with the intention to overtake, their own selfish means, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. So what I would suggest is truly like taking a back seat to the relationship and putting your, I don't know, whatever you're doing at the forefront. For me, I guess it's Dragon Quest, weed, and exercise. You throw fapping in there a little bit. That's like most of my life right now. So I really don't know if somebody came to my life, was like, I love you, and then they would have to support all of this bullshit that I do. It would have to be willingly given support, and I'm not even like one to beg or ask for validation at all, but you know, if they're not constantly there asking about things. See, the thing is, like, I don't feel the need to tell people a lot of shit. And when I don't tell people a lot of shit, nobody asks questions. And not that it pisses me off, but you know, when you actively don't put that curiosity forward, it just paints a picture of apathy that, you know, a lot of people generally don't like. And of course, people just love to yap, so I hear about all the shit in people's, you know, details and stories, and I hate talking about myself. So I have this entire platform where I can just talk. I don't even, you know, put the conversation topics about myself usually. But yeah, this is why I have this platform where I can talk and stuff, because I generally don't find pleasure in general conversations. You know, with the populace, especially not random people outside or any of my quote unquote friends. But yeah, willing support. And side note to this one, guys, if at any time you are in a situation with maybe say like a work group, a friend group, a school group, whatever, and you know you leave that situation and you feel like you lost friends, they were not your friends. Showing support willingly means showing support for you doing something that's not necessarily beneficial to them, like leaving a group or something like that. So if you ever do something like that and you feel like you lost friends, they were never your friends. They were never your lover. They were never anything valuable to you. And you should move on. And that's just the story of life, guys. We really shouldn't get too hung up on this. You don't realize how replaceable everybody is. You know, you really don't. Jobs, work, friends, school, lovers. They're all here on Earth. You know what? And we are not destined for this earthly shit. I'll tell you that. We're destined for the quest. We're destined for the question. Yeah, man. So remember that the willing support is a very like necessary factor to consider when thinking about anyone you want to hang around. You know, like if like anyone, even if I'm like playing an extracurricular activity with you, if I'm over here just doing a run with you, and you don't like the music I make, why am I running with you? Why am I hanging out with you? You know? To me, it's not that I want to have a bunch of yes men. It's why I want to have a bunch of people who actively push me to be better than myself. It's not like I want you to just say my stuff is good. You know, if you have some bad stuff to say about it, I would appreciate that. But if you just don't care, if I tell you about it and you have no opinions, you know, it's just sad, but just gotta walk away. Don't be all toxic and be like, have an opinion, you know, just walk away. Just walk away. You know, either they have it and don't want to give it or whatever. Who cares? Who cares? The energy is not needed. There are people that will want to love and respect what you do. You just gotta find them. So the showing of support willingly is the second one. The third one we have here is emotional presence and availability. So this one's a little bit of a tough one. It kind of culminates in the first two. Kind of what the first two are of in essence. But when you talk to this person, I would say this is a good question to generally ask. Are they looking for your perfection and a good conversation every time, or are they looking for your honesty? You know, are you trusting, or are you looking for truth in their speech, or are you looking for something to make you feel better? And that's on your side. You know, you have to realize if you're coming in with already preconceived notions of something bad, you know, like oh, I just want them to say this, you know, with your agenda. Then that's automatically not helpful. We're looking for understanding, and it's important to sort of weed out the people who think they automatically understand themselves and everyone and all this stuff, because honestly, that's like the whole job, quote unquote. That's like your work description for being in a relationship. It's understanding your partner and you know, working through their problems. So if you're one of those motherfuckers who's like, I know everything, I'm the master of the world, and I'm a genius, then, you know, it's not gonna be, you know, it might be fun if you're just like an idiot person, but for me, as someone with a brain who likes to intellectualize and talk and discuss things, that wouldn't be helpful. Because I want a forum. I want a dialogue. I want not necessarily a conflict, but a conversation. You know, something to sink my teeth into. And I noticed that actively a lot of people avoid that. You can tell why, because, you know, it's not fun to have these conversations with actual people. I don't want to say because everybody's a retard, but, you know, everybody's a retard. Essentially. Essentially. Okay, I will say like 90% of people are retards. Maybe not you, the person watching this. Perhaps. There's like a good 75% chance that you have a brain. Especially since you've made it this far into the video. That's pretty impressive. Also, no worries, this guys. No worries, this guy. I'm gonna beat this boss this time. I promise you. First time was just a fluke. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. These little motherfuckers got me this first time, but yeah, we got them. Anyways, that was 3. Number 4 is they make a sacrifice without needing recognition. Now this is very important, and it's very hard to detect sometimes too, because so many people will make sacrifices for you, you know. But oftentimes the people that make the biggest sacrifices for you, in my eyes, I've noticed, you probably will never know it if you know, unless you like actively went to them and you know you found out and all this stuff and blah blah blah. But a lot of the true kind people, you know, it's always the thing where everyone on Twitter is like, I'm not racist, I have so many black friends. But you know, the true people who aren't racist are never gonna need to say that. They're never gonna need to say anything like that. It's just like the true kind people. Or oh my goodness, I remember this one guy at work recently was like, yeah, I do what I say all the time. I'm like, bro, if you actually did what you said, you wouldn't have to say that you did what you said all the time. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck kind of statement is that? Why would you ever say that in real life? You know, that's just so like, that sounds like an anime phrase. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? But anyways, it's very easy to tell when people are trying to act like something better than they are, because they'll say it. So they'll literally say it, and you don't realize people don't look at what you say in real life. They don't. It's all about this tone. It's all about the inflection and mostly the body language. Mostly, actually, it's like a lot of body language. So, yeah. Sad but true. A lot of these sacrifices can be like anything, you know. This is the small things, the big things, but the important part is not taking like note of it, not being like pocket watching or favor watching, you know. They just fucking do it, and they're happy to do it, and they see you smile and they see you happy, and they're like, man, that was worth it. I don't know why, but I just feel like that was worth it now. I just feel happier now, you know, like. And they're like bubbly, you know. They're like, oh my god, I did something nice for that person. Oh my god. You know, it just automatically brings them value to just see you in a greater state. It doesn't even have to be like a bad sacrifice, like, oh no, I have to spend time with you or whatever, you know. But just like anything that is taking away from them, giving to you, and they don't need, you know, the credit. They don't even need you to give something back. They don't need any of that. That's true love. That is entirely true love. And even anybody, you know, in your main circle doing this for you, gotta reevaluate your main circle, because I think you may be doing that for a lot of people that don't deserve it. And the last one is really sweet. I do this a lot, which gets me into trouble. But the last one is if they picture a future with you. You picture a future with them. You know, whenever I truly envision a world where me and a person can, you know, 5-10 years in the future have a place for us. Nowadays, I really do try to keep it to myself, because guys sometimes, but girls will really crash out over that. Guys kind of can in the moment, but girls crash out in a big way, as in, like, you know, I plan out a 5-year future, and they even get the one side of it. They get super anxiety and run the fuck away, or they get super super attached, and I get very annoyed because you are super super fucking attached. And you know, crashes out either way. But if you can picture a future with someone, that is love. You know, if you're imagining kids in a picket fence and, you know, a dog or whatever, that is real love. And if they, you know, reciprocate the picture or they view the picture with you, that is also, you know, a form of affection. You have to realize it comes in a lot of different forms, but future proofing, it's a big thing, especially in like the red pill era and stuff like that. A lot of times in courting, girls are just looking for security. The guy who, you know, I guess prehistorically, the guy who like led the pack, you know, who supplied the food. Back in the day, you had to find a suitable mate so you didn't die, you know. So it's kind of like that. Kind of like that. Oh, so this is what I was talking about before. We're done with the damn list for real love. This is what I was talking about before. This damn annoying ass town. We have to go talk to the kids to figure out where that one crazy child was, and then we're gonna go find her in the find her in the ice wilderness. I don't know what to call this place. Whatever. So essentially, I'm just running around looking for them to talk to. I don't even think I find them at the end of this thing, so I'm just gonna end it here while we run around aimlessly around the town looking for children. I promise I'm not that. Okay, I'm gonna end it now. Guys, I hope you had a good day. Whatever day I upload this on, please subscribe. Please leave a like. I love ya, and I will catch you next time. Smoke some leaves later. Actually, it's probably what I'll do right now. Yes, sir. See you guys later. Subscribe.
This was never gonna happen. Talking about fucking right, fighting demons every